Embrace the magical side of life, where anything is possible and the infinite is accessible to all. Let's have a conscious conversation about what's going on in the world, in your life, and your relationship from the expanded perspective of your soul. The path to awareness begins and ends in the heart. So let's take it there, one step at a time, and learn to cultivate magic in your life every single day. In each episode, we share a collective space in which we discover the unique facets of our own magic and embody our superhuman qualities by humbly exploring how it's super simply to be human. Hosts Kai and Del co-create a magical experience to remind you that you are magical as fuck. Now, be unleashed. This is our daily magic.
Welcome everyone. We're here for the Raw Truth series. This is number 6. Already.
Number six. Already.
And we already had a lively conversation going backstage. We can pick it up from there if you'd like.
Absolutely. You were explaining to me your sort of peaks and valleys of being an entrepreneur and things that you're learning about and things you're learning about other people, which is of yourself. So, you know.
Yeah, thank you. So we're talking about like discovering patterns, right? So there's a pattern that was coming up for me, and what's interesting is that this pattern that I found that existed for me in business, it showed up in all of my relationships as well.
Yeah.
So the pattern that came up was, okay, I'm going to give and do everything so that I think that I'm making the other person happy. So like, for instance, in a business, okay, well, I'm gonna do all the things and donate my time and just give in order to make sure that you're happy. Meanwhile, I forget that there's things that can go on this side, like maybe sending an invoice or maybe creating an energetic exchange that feels just or feels fair. That my attention is so much on just making sure that the other person gets what they want. And I'll tell you where that pattern came from for me was a feeling not enough. Like, oh, okay, I need to like do this to prove that I'm good at what I do, instead of just being in the acceptance and my confidence and my anything that you want to call it, power or any of those things. Is that I was looking for external validation, and the need for external validation just kind of like had me not even realize that I wasn't really engaging in an exchange. So it was.
So what it sound like?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me really good?
Yes.
Because you were breaking up a little bit, but what it sound like to me, what you're saying and the way that I'm interpreting is that you were starting to see more of your value. You were starting to sort of see your value and learning how to sort of ask for what your value is.
Correct. Yeah. Well said. Thank you.
So what do you think? What do you think? So thank you. I'm glad that I interpret that right, even in between those hiccups of not being able to really hear what you were saying, because the reception was bad. But so you didn't see your value. So what happened was, because you weren't seeing your true value at that moment, because for whatever reason you did. So there were people that came along and still value and capitalized off that, and then they've been grown, and they're growing, and now it's turned around and make you look at yourself like, damn. And then now the business grown, they didn't even come back and say thank you.
Mm.
Is that what you're talking about? Are we on the same page here?
That sounds like the pattern. That sounds like the pattern.
Sounds like pretty much the pattern that's been going. And I think I've had the similar experiences where, Kai, I've did the same, and it's really because I didn't recognize my own value and my own power, and someone else did, and they got what they can get. You know what I mean? Which I'm not going to say I attracted that was actually doing it purposely. I just, I don't think they actually knew that they knew that I didn't know my power, or I didn't know my value. I don't. People came in like, oh yeah, she don't know her value, so let me go in and, you know what I mean? No, it wasn't that. Don't get me wrong. It was just, I think we as it, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself as a spiritual woman. I look at everybody like myself, and so I lead so much with my heart. It's like, here, I'll give, and I'll give. And the value for if I'm in business, value isn't really based on how much you care. Value is really how much you gonna charge. How much care. Like, because if we keep giving from our heart and giving, we're not gonna have enough to give to ourselves, and we're gonna be burnt out and get offline and ready to close in and go in solitude. And we all know solitude is cool for a moment. That's not our soul's purpose. That's not my soul's purpose to live in solitude. I don't know about you and Dale. Is it you and Dale? Is y'all supposed to be in solitude for the rest of y'all life and figuring and healing all? Are y'all supposed to do that?
Not I.
No thanks. Those were moments of my journey of going in and going inside and sort of understanding who I am. But still, no matter how far you go in, you still gonna come out, or sort of come in, and still have sort of things that happen in your life that allows you to be more exposed. I think I was more exposed while I was out in than I was in, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I'm making no sense. Yeah, I just, to go, let's just go back to what we were saying as just being in business and not just knowing our value.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so important. It really is. Now that I'm in this business with
You're breaking up a bit. We might need you to say it again.
while we're waiting for Rod to get some reception back, sponsored by Keith's Cacao.
All right. Well, we're going to hold space for your reception to come back. And while we're waiting for Ra, I'll just continue to talk on that. I love how she said that, just discovering one's worth and value and standing by that. I had seen a picture or a post that was done by one of my friends where she said that she ended her relationship, right? She said that she ended her relationship based on what it, like the values and the intention behind it. She ended the relationship so that she could start a new one with the same person. And that was how I felt about business. Being able to eloquently bring one relationship to an end and also revitalize a new relationship with these new sets of values and these new sense of self or this new sense of purpose, and to be able to like refresh the relationship from that standpoint, for me, I found has been really helpful. It kind of like gave me permission to grow in a sense, and I use that cycle in that way. Let's see, there you go.
Can y'all see me? I'm sorry. I was trying to do it while I was in the car, and the internet loud great.
Yeah, much better.
Crystal clear now.
It's clear now. Hello?
Yep.
Yep.
Is that better? I'm going in and out, and that's a no.
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Hopefully that signal holds really good. I thought we was with 5G and shit now. What's going on with that? Like what's wrong with that? Like I thought we were, I thought new technology was supposed to be coming out. Now this is breaking up. That's just crazy. We should be able to hold meetings in the car now. Shit, ain't this 2021? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Kai, what did you say when I broke up? I heard you saying something about value.
I was just talking about shifting from external validation to internal confidence, and then also being able to establish new relationships with people. Kind of like a rebirth or a revitalization.
Yeah. And I think the rebirth comes from the more and more you step out of your own comfort zone. I think the more and more I learn myself is when I step out my comfort zone. Like, and I'm realizing the more I step out my comfort zone, it's like I read a quote the other day that said, if you're not experiencing some level of defeat, you're not trying hard enough. And I asked myself, was that statement, that quote, is that some level of truth to that? And I believe wholeheartedly that it has some truth to that. Like, we understand the more and more we push towards our goals and our dreams, that there's going to be some level of defeat. There's going to be some level of doubt that seeps in, and that's going to fuck with your confidence. That's going to fuck with your ambition. And I just want to, and I don't know how I got on this, but I just want to encourage people, because you are in some level adversity. It's going, and the shit is not hard. I mean, it's just the shit is hard. So the people that you are admiring and you want to like, and you are and all that these people had to go through some level of defeat, adversity, hate, getting stabbed in the back, success. And I don't think it's enough people respecting people that's gotten to this level of success. That it's not a lot of respect because why? Because everybody is celebrating little fucking things that they do. Oh, they ran a mile. Give them a fucking award. Like, what the fuck? No, run 10 miles, damn it. And it's so many little bitty. So when somebody is working hard and gotten defeated and got back up, defeated and got back up, and got back up, killed and died. I died several times in this lifetime. Several times. I done died several times. How many deaths have you had in this one lifetime for you to open at my damn level? No way. No way. I don't know how I got onto this, but I don't know how it just started to go there, but I'm just feeling it right now. Can y'all hear me?
Oh yes. Oh yes. More than just the words. And how's this landing with you, Del?
What part?
Any of it. Love to hear what you have to say about this topic.
Which part?
Anything you want to comment on, babe?
Oh. Let me say this. For me, the space I'm in right now, this is my space. Obviously, we all have our own space, our own belief, or whatever. So, with let's say the worth and enoughness is, the more you connect with yourself, the more you learn about yourself, the more you fall in love with yourself, the more you forgive yourself, the more you accept yourself, the more you're there for yourself, the more you get to see that that's enough. And what gets to happen too in that space, you take a look at the external things that we all look at for validation that we may not be enough or whatever it may be. And yeah, that's acceptance. You may have not been enough for this other person or other situation outside of you that happened. But then what happens is we can internalize that to become our own belief moving forward. Like, I'm enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. And like I was saying, the more you actually build this relationship with yourself and you get to see these illusions for where like that belief of not enoughness came from the external situations and things that we went through. And the other thing too, and this is another thing I integrated even more, is like, I'm on my own journey, my own unique journey. But in this unique journey, there's moments like in this conversation, there's moments in this interactions in life that there's a co-creation happening. But even from that co-creation to stuff that happening, I'm still in my own journey. But in the process of that, it's like it's a collective, universal journey as well. But I realize uniquely my own journey is what's the most important thing in my own journey. And in the process of this journey, people are going to give us experiences. And with these experiences, it allows us an ample opportunity to deepen this awareness within ourselves and deeper this connection with ourselves and fall deeper in love with ourselves and forgive ourselves for those experiences we went through. So that way, looking at those situations, we can finally be able to forgive those people and really get to see for what it is. And what is it for me? Is that if those moments didn't happen the way that it didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Because all of those tools, the tools for all of our unique soul evolution, is imprinted in all these interactions that we have. So the question is, are you willing to go there to receive the beautiful lesson that all of life has been given us up to this moment?
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. So basically, how I'm interpreting that is, you're at this level of consciousness. We're at this level of consciousness where it's neither bad nor good. These are experiences so that they can continue unfolding who we are on level one experience at a time.
Yeah. And it brings me back to what one of my therapists said years ago, and I didn't get it until recently, like a couple months ago. I got therapy from this powerful therapist years ago, and he told me, because when I first went to him, and this is with a lot of us when we actually go to a therapy or go to an opportunity to really express what went on in our life. And for me, I was coming in a place of this victimhood, just blaming everyone, blaming all the outside stuff for what's going on. And what he said to me at the time was like, there are multiple ways to look at any situation. Are you willing to stop and allow yourself to take a look at situations from the different perspective where you're looking at? And when I first heard it, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, this is how I see it. This is what happened. This is what this person made me feel. And this is where I'm at right now, type of thing. But
Yeah.
it was like a seed that got planted and it got watered. The deeper I just made this intention of just falling deeper in love with myself and filling myself up with this divine, universal source, higher power energy by just connecting to that and allowing it to like fill me up. And while the process of it filling me up, these things came up, these old emotions, these old thoughts, these old beliefs, and all these other things. But it allowed me an opportunity to, one, take a look at that, but two, honor what emotion these situations bringing up out of me, because it's not about the person or situation that happened that's making me feel this way. Of course, it's a catalyst, but it's just showing me what's going on inside of me. And when I'm able to finally just take my awareness away from this external thing doing this to me and bring it internally, that this was going on inside of me right now from whatever the situation is, it gave me my power back. And what we can do, potentially do, and like when situations happen, yeah, situations happen, they suck. They definitely suck. And in these moments of when it happened, sometimes it's so painful that we're not willing to go there in the moment to like deal with it in that moment. And then it could become like a pattern in which we have this beliefs now from this, these emotions, and now life is going to give us more experiences in which, from a low perspective that react from that moment that we weren't ready to face yet, that's all we're going to see from every other experience from that potentially, especially when they remind you of those situations. You're like, wait, oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to deal with this. I want to deal with this. But when you actually just be still, take a look at that and go in with yourself, those perspectives start to shift. You start to shift all this stuff, but then you really get to see that there's like a higher sequence of things going on in every moment, which is like, it's pretty cool and like amazing to like really bring the awareness to see that, how
Yeah.
synchronicity, all this stuff is a synchronicity in our lives.
Yeah. 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 I think that takes a level of mindfulness that we have to have in order to see how everything is divinely connected and divinely makes sense when when we're in experiences. It's like you don't see kindness and nothing. You like, I didn't like, for me, I'm like, I didn't attract that in my life. What do you mean I didn't attract that goofball in my life? Ain't no goofball. You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, I didn't attract that. What level attracted that goofball in my life? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, am I a goofball? Level. On what level, so I can go and smack her in the head? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute. So, um, initially when some adversity or there's some defeat that you feel that's happening in your life, it definitely, I agree, it's never a necessarily defeat. It's a sort of a waking up. Waking up to this, like, this is what's happening right now. And so now I can sort of advise myself as to, do I still want to show up in this way because this
Mm.
person exposed this to me, or am I willing to change it? Because some stuff, some people expose to me like, shit, I don't care. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And then some stuff is like, I don't, some stuff I don't care to go into my deep, darkest past to figure out what happened. So I don't give a shit sometimes. Sometimes it's like, oh no, I gotta check myself, Rob. That wasn't nice. I don't think that was a good, good thing for me to do. But then I'll go start, going through soul surgery is what I call it. I go to surgery like, oh shit, let me call Kai and give me a reading or something, cause something ain't going on right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something. It's not, and it's not even that it's not going right. It just needs to be, recalibrated, so to speak. There's, a recalibration needs to happen. So, so it's. I like that though, Dale. I like that.
Thank you.
I
And
like that.
you mentioned a great point of like feeling like the need of going into the closet and going back, try to find the origin and things like that. And yeah, that definitely can work of doing that. And it's something that's pushed out there a lot in the spiritual world. Shadow work. And like
Yeah.
there's infinite, like for me, like for any emotion, there's infinite situations that we have dealt with in our life that emotion got brought up. So like you could be sitting there for a while these things are unpacking and what's working for me now, and it works for me, and it's pretty quick. It's more quicker now for me to like really process stuff. Is when something in the moment brings something up in me, I say like, okay, this thing right here is bringing up anger out of me. I can so say like, all right, where else in my life have I had anger? And then you're just gonna sit there and you're just gonna keep going and going and going because there's a shitload of stuff that we all have gotten angry over, compared to like what I do now. If that happens, like, oh, what's happening in this present moment is bringing up anger out of me, and what I say is, whatever part of me that this anger is coming from, it's okay. You can feel what you're feeling in this moment, and I'm here for you. And there's anything you need to say, there's anything you need to let out, let me know. And I'm not going to even rush you. I'm just going to allow you to go through what you need to go through. And then I just breathe into it. And then what usually happens is it dissipates pretty quickly. But then this part of me comes up, and maybe a kid who got told to shut up when you're upset, or I'm going to give you something to cry about. But now it's like, wow, I can actually be able to express myself fully. And the whole time, I was just looking for you. That's what that part of me said. I've been looking for you. Just acknowledge me and be with me.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. And then like it's gone.
Yeah. So Dale, how do you handle, like me and Kai, the reoccurring things that continue to show up in life that you don't like you deserve? I don't deserve that type of treatment over and over and over again. So how do you deal with that cycle showing up?
I don't deserve this type of treatment. What do you mean by that?
So you were saying just allow yourself in that emotion when things come up, and usually it'll dissipate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
that's what normally happens with me. I have a sort of cycle in business that I'll just let it go. As I breathe through it, I'm saying, okay, I feel a certain type of way, but I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna just breathe through it. But then if I just breathe through it and not feel it and change, it's gonna happen again. Just because I'm breathing through it, that don't mean it's gonna change. It's gonna come up again if I don't change something about myself. Because I'm keep allowing this sort of treatment that I don't want no more. Just let it go and just say, all right, I'm gonna just breathe through that emotion and say, okay, I'm gonna breathe through it. I'm gonna breathe through it and let it go, and it will just go, because there's so much other shit we got gonna go. It's just gonna be put on the back burner, but it's going to show up again.
Yeah. My question now, since you talked about that, is I don't deserve this type of treatment in this moment right now, and there's a choice. Obviously there's something happening in the moment that something's telling you I don't deserve this type of treatment, and we have a choice. And like you said, like you did, the breathing through it and that type of stuff, but this is actually an opportunity for you to step more into your power. If you don't deserve something that's happening in a moment, why not address what's going on in the moment type of thing? It's like, for example, if my hand's on the stove and I'm getting burnt right now, I don't deserve to be burnt right now, but I'm just going to breathe through this while this burning is happening right now. And what happens is the burn is going to get worse and worse compared to like, okay, wait, no, I don't deserve to get burned right now, and I'm taking my hand off it. I'm making an
Right.
action. I'm making a new action, knowing that I don't deserve this. So you bring it back with you with the pattern of not deserving in this business. What's the new choice that you can make when that comes up? That I don't deserve this. What can you do differently than what you usually do with it?
Right. That's what I'm. Right. Right. To piggyback off what you were saying is, I think a little bit more effort than just say breathing through it and allowing yourself to be in the emotion. I just think it takes more effort than just being in the emotion. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at it as for this not to happen again, I have to change a certain mindset that I've had towards myself in order for it not to happen ever again. Instead of it, oh, I'm gonna just breathe and I'm gonna, be in this emotion. I got mad and it's okay. I'm gonna breathe through it and let it go. No, I think it takes a little bit more work than just breathing through it. Like you said, can you do different next time?
Yeah.
What type of? It's not some. I don't even think it's what can you do, because you can do a lot of things differently, but you can still have a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You will have the same outcome. But if you don't change your mindset about yourself and the narrative that you're saying about yourself internally, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen in a different way, or a person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting showing up. That's what keeps showing up. Yeah, I'm doing things different, but if I don't change the mindset that I have towards myself, seeing more value in myself and seeing my power more and being around other people that's helping encouraging that, I'm gonna continue my asshole cut open and over again with no Vaseline.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think to end off our conversation this beautiful afternoon on this beautiful Friday, I think it has everything to do with the mindset on how we see ourselves. And I encourage you, I encourage Kyle, I encourage anybody else that's listening to always see your worth, always see your value. You are royalty. You deserve nothing but the best. Deserve an elite, beautiful, royal lifestyle, and you deserve nothing but honesty, loyalty, and passion and love.
Yeah. That's the embodiment. And that affirmation that you said and embodying that at every moment, that's all you need to do, because not
Yeah,
everyone is going to see that, and people will test you, but it's an opportunity for you to embody even deeper what you're saying right now, because the universe,
yes,
okay, that's how you feel, let me throw some stuff your way to see this how much into that you really are for yourself. But also the universe throws that
correct.
our way to really get in deeper with it, because just because we say something, believe it, there's infinite levels that we can go with it. So every time the universe gives
Correct.
us a test, it's another opportunity to level up, embody it even deeper. Because
Yep.
embodiment is a journey. Embodiment is not a one destination. Okay, we embody this, but there's always a deeper integration that you can get with it, and the universe shows you
Yep.
that opportunity to deeper integrate what you want to believe in your reality. So when those opportunities happen, like you said, those cycles of the opportunities and situations to go even deeper into this, is actually enables you an opportunity to go even more into this, go even more into your
Yep.
power, and also to let people know outside of you as well, like, yo, like, this is what I believe right now. This is my embodiment and stuff like that. And if you're not in alignment with this, then I have to let you know, like, hey, what's going on here? But also, like you say, like the breathing when those emotions and situation comes up, for me, it's an opportunity. And I mentioned the Kai. This is an opportunity for me to come at whatever situation it is with wisdom, and not come at it with my triggered egoic part of myself. Because if I respond to it on my ego, oh yeah, it's going to be full on blitzkrieg. Shit's going to get real. But when I'm able to embody it and go into it and allow the emotions first dissipate and to be able to see from a different perspective than I did when I was triggered, now I can come out of it, come into that situation and communicate from a place of unconditional love.
Yep. That's so true. Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We all know when we get triggered, yeah, we're gonna say some raw shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be war. It's gonna be war.
Yeah. Yeah.
War. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. But okay, guys, I gotta get going, and I want to appreciate our Daily Magic show this beautiful Friday afternoon. Make sure you guys go follow our Daily Magic. They are doing wonderful things in our spiritual community. This couple has definitely made life, and is continuously making our spiritual community and business community all over the world. So I honor you and Dale, you and Kai, Dale, Kai, Dale. What? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make sure you guys go follow them. See what new events and new things that they have popping up all over the place. I see what y'all doing, and if I can support, please just let me know. And if you guys are in Chicago, in this area, I am here, Rashidat's Detox Cafe. I am here. You have a resource to keep yourself holistically healthy, mentally, spiritually, and physically here at the Detox Cafe, 14900 Greenwood Road, inside Melanie's Fitness Center. You guys go on my website. The website is on this call at the bottom, Rashidat.com. And our Daily Magic. I honor you for showing up, and just I hopefully you've seen some value in this raw talk that we had on this beautiful Friday. And if y'all didn't catch us this time, catch us next Friday. In love.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure to connect with you, and just your radiant and powerful energy. Love it. I love it. And keep stepping more deeper into you. Love you too.
Thank you. Thank you. And Kai, I'll be waiting on that email, and I'll be emailing. Yeah, I'll be waiting on my invoice afterwards.
You're the best.
Bye, honey.